We are here in the Bahamas.
We are going to make it right.
If you became a millionaire, would you keep working? You know?
Great job, brother. It was fun to meet you. I'll be around.
What's going on right now is California's trying to figure out.
Oh, I can.
Welcome to Big Boy Crypto, home of the BitSquad, the largest and greatest crypto community in all the interwebs. I don't know why I said community wrong. Weird. That was so weird. No channel works harder to keep you in the know about crypto than this channel right here. My name is Ben. We come to you live every single day, as you know, at 11:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Today is no different. Yeah, are we starting with that story there? Is that what we're starting with?
Which one? Oh, looks like it.
We have a story at the beginning. Guys, we got big news today. A lot of big news. But the big news is that we now have Do Kwon has been charged by the SEC officially. Do Kwon reaches 5-star wanted level as SEC brings forth securities fraud charges. So we're going to be going a lot more into this in a whiteboard video later. But the fact is that he is a wanted man right now. And will he come to the United States to face these charges? It's a good question. Now, you may not know this.
Why would he?
That's a great question. Why would he? You guys may not know this, but back before the Terra Luna fiasco, if you were to go back to, I believe it would have been the end of 2021, or maybe it was the early winter of 2022, Do Kwon was actually served a subpoena from the SEC on stage at a conference. Do you remember this?
Yeah.
It was for Mirror Protocol, which was another protocol on top of that ran on Terra that had a lot of problems. Can't remember exactly what the complaint from the SEC was, but he's already been served by the SEC before. This is not a first time this has happened. They say he is charged with orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. And you got to say at this point that if there was a chance Alex Mashinsky was not going to be charged, this pretty much stops that. If Do Kwon is getting charged, then how in the world could Alex Mashinsky not get charged? You agree?
Yeah, I tend to agree. I mean, and it seems like, regardless of what happens, the SEC's throwing a lot out there right now, just hoping something sticks, anything sticks. Whether he comes and faces these charges, whether it turns into anything, they know they're going to get, Gensler's back in the news with a big headline, SEC going after crypto XYZ, and he doesn't really even care. I know there is something called .xyz. I'm not talking about that, but, Gensler's just trying to get his name out there attached to crypto crackdowns.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, this is one that actually you could make an argument. Yeah, sure. You should probably go after Do Kwon. Why are you wasting all the SEC's resources and going after AMP when you could be going after something that actually costs people money? That's the big question. But Gary Gensler said Terraform Labs broke securities laws. SEC claims he misled investors. On February 16th, SEC charged a Singapore-based firm and Do Kwon with orchestrating a multi-billion-dollar crypto asset securities fraud. That was a little bit of the right there. That's the press release. Do Kwon has been on the run since the collapse of Terraform Labs last year. His current whereabouts are unknown, but he was recently believed to be in Serbia, according to South Korean authorities. Gary Gensler on the warpath, blah, 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 blah. We also allege that they committed fraud by repeating false and misleading statements to build trust before causing devastating losses for investors.
That would be steady lads deploying more capital. That's the statement.
Be the LFG. What was that? What was the LFG thing? LFG pool or something?
Yeah, the LFG fund or whatever.
LFG fund, yeah. Do Kwon allegedly cashed out $100 million worth of Bitcoin via Swiss bank. The SEC alleged Terraform Labs has founder transferred over 10,000 Bitcoin to a cold wallet and cashed out about $100 million via Swiss bank.
Which he obviously denies, but...
Yeah, of course. On a periodic basis since May 2022, why is that important? Because that was when the crash occurred. Terraform and Do Kwon have transferred and continue to transfer Bitcoin from this wallet to a financial institution based in Switzerland and have converted the Bitcoin to cash. So how are they finding this information? Isn't Swiss banking supposed to be hidden, right? Neutral, hidden, it's supposed to be? I don't know. Wild, SEC going after Terra sparks responses from crypto lawyers. Web3 lawyer Mike Seelig posted his thoughts on the issue on Twitter. According to Seelig, the SEC characterizes the algorithmic stablecoin Terra USD Classic as a security because it could be exchanged for Terra Luna, now known as Luna Classic, which is also a security according to the SEC, excuse me. Seelig explained that under this theory, nearly anything can be a security. Wow, wow, wow. That's his plan. That's what he wants. Everything to be a security. Hey, I'm Gary Gensler, the lizard person. Absolutely ridiculous. Let's see. According to Mike Washashak, general counsel for Alliance DAO, he says that SEC lizard person, or chair lizard, Gary Gensler, may want complete discretion in applying security laws to any transactions.
Sounds about right.
Absolutely. So, hey, look, Gary Gensler's days are coming to an end. Don't be fooled by all this. Trust me, do not be fooled by all this. Gary Gensler's days are numbered. The Republican Congress is about to go after him harder than you've ever seen them go after any person. He's done. He's finished. He's not going to be, all of these cases that have been started, they're either going to end up being dismissed. Now, not this one. This one will probably be seen through, I would guess. But a lot of these are not going to be seen through because a lot of them are just going to be canceled when people realize you can't just call everything a security. And what's so amazing to me is that the secondary sales of library credits have already been declared to be not a security. What are you going after? Why are you calling everything a security? The secondary market is not securities. If you're out there trading on exchanges right now, you are not trading securities. If you bought the XRP token at the sale, maybe. We'll see. I don't think so. We'll see. If you got library credit tokens off the sale, yeah, actually that was a security. But now they're on secondary sales, so it's not anymore. So what's the point? The point is they're going after money. They're going after enforcement money. That's all they're going after. So I'm not scared by Gary Gensler at all. He is the most non-intimidating, non-threatening human that's ever existed. If this man could be like a groundhog and get up out of his hole and look at his shadow and just fall over dead, being scared. Like that's the kind of person Gary Gensler is. He is, and that's why his friend, the banking broad Elizabeth Warren, choreographed questions to ask him in hearings. Well, let me tell you, the Republican Congress, they're not choreographing questions for you, Gary. I'm sorry. You're about to be held to account like you never have before in your life. All of these actions, remember this, guys, stuff comes back on you. All of these actions that Gary Gensler has been taking, number one, they're going to come back on him in the form of probably being forced to resign. Do you know how embarrassing that is for a lizard person? You're supposed to be above the fray. And number two, not only is that going to happen, but Gary, you've lost your treasurer job. That's going to Lael Brainerd, it looks like. Most likely. That's what all the tea leaves are pointing to. So not only are you going to look like an idiot in front of the people that that are your subservients there at the SEC, which they already hate you, by the way. There's plenty of documentation on that. But also, your big promotion you were looking for, it's not coming. The banks aren't going to be able to help you on this. You're done. You're going to be finished, and your career is over. So that's what I'm excited for. Now, Terra Luna, do they need to be gone after? This is what I've said many times before about Do Kwon, and this will be the last thing I'll say about this, and we'll move on. When it comes to Do Kwon, I believe he was a victim, and for a lot of the stuff that happened, he was a victim of. Citadel, FTX, BlackRock, they all positioned themselves against him. This whole thing was orchestrated. If you look, there's a lot of very interesting movements on some of these Sam Bankman-Fried wallets around this time. However, you are the person that set up this infrastructure. You are the person that set up UST. You are the person that set up Terra Luna blockchain. You are the person who pumped it. Okay, you are seen as kind of the hero of crypto for a little bit.
Also, the person that ignored warning signs that people were trying to point out.
Same thing would be said about Alex Mashinsky. The fact is that whether or not you meant to harm investors or not, whether it was just a victim of circumstance, people did get hurt. I've compared this many times to vehicular manslaughter in a vehicle, not on a boat, because Kevin O'Leary knows all about that. But in a road in America, did I say America? I like that. In America, if you're driving a vehicle and you're in an accident and someone dies, it does not matter if it's your fault or not. It doesn't matter if you slipped on water. Now, if it's your fault, if you were speeding, it's going to be even worse. But if you have an accident, someone else dies, that's vehicular manslaughter. And you got to face that charge. Now, you might be found innocent of it because maybe it was completely out of your control, but you're going to have to face that. There are consequences when someone dies in this country. There are consequences when billions of dollars are lost by investors, whether you meant for it to happen or not. It's going to be really interesting to see how much of the blame he gets for this, from the SEC, or it's going to be interesting to see how he even comes and answers these charges if he ever does. He is going to be basically in a prison there in Serbia, a self-made prison, where if he leaves that country, most likely he's going to end up getting extradited and have to face charges over here. So I don't know how extradition works for SEC charges. If they're criminal charges, it's one thing, but SEC charges are not technically criminal charges. So I'm not sure if you can be extradited for an SEC probe. I'm not sure. Maybe somebody in the chat can answer that. Which, the chat's not up.
Yeah, I did just realize that.
Yeah. Well, help me stay focused to actually tell a story. So there you go. So that's what we got on Terra Luna, guys, and that's what we got on Do Kwon, and we'll see, how the chapter plays out with this. All right, guys, make sure to smash the like button. Number one thing you guys can do to help the channel, help crypto adoption, to help fight Do Kwon, to help fight the SEC. We're going to fight everybody. Just hit the like button. If you're watching on mobile, make sure to exit out of the mobile chat, hit the like button, come back in. Smart TV, bottom left-hand corner of the screen, more actions, more options, and then hit the like button, and then come back in. TJ, Nick turned your show into a mining show while you were gone. Oh man,
he didn't. He did talk about it a little bit at the end. I did see that. It was. They did a great job. I'll say that. It was. I enjoyed it.
Well, that's good. Very, very glad to have you back today. So guys, Bitcoin's been moving. It's been very interesting to watch. And let's check out the markets real quick, and then we're going to throw it to Kelly. In regards to ChatGPT's answers about top influencers, it gave you old influencers. It gave you old influencers because it's only trained on information prior to 2021. It has zero knowledge of world events post 2021.
Yeah. Wow. People know that.
Wow. Can't wait for Kelly to come on because Kelly's going to talk about he got his money back.
Yeah. Big story.
Big story. All right, check out the markets real quick, guys. 22,567 cryptos, almost 2 trillion market cap. Let's go. 24-hour volume, 76 billion. 42.4% Bitcoin dominance. ETH dominance, 18.7%. 19 Paraguays will send you an ETH transaction. I don't know. We may finally end that joke.
I think it needs to be retired.
Yeah, but doesn't that mean it doesn't? Like, the more it does need to be retired, the more we should keep doing it?
Well, I think the daily use of it, maybe pull it out every once in a while for impact, but
Okay.
if you do it every day, obviously it loses its impact.
Guys, we're going to retire this joke. This is the day, officially, that the Paraguay joke ends. From now on, you'll not get the pair of Guays. You will only get the Guays. It's Guays only. We had a good run. Paraguay did not adopt Bitcoin. That was a rumor.
That was the other thing that makes it less impactful.
Yeah, Paraguay was supposed to adopt Bitcoin, guys. It was the next country after El Salvador, and we started this joke, and we laughed them all the way out of Bitcoin. So,
Guay is the way.
Oh, see, Jared Lovey says, absolutely do not get rid of Paraguay. People are upset about this. Well, I love this. The people, then we had somebody say, no. Somebody said, finally, please retire. Okay, I see them too. Okay.
Thank the gods.
Thank the gods. Okay, whatever. You know what? Can we play taps? Somebody play taps for Paraguays. Somebody play taps. Thank you. You know what? You didn't like it, Mark Klein? First of all, you can't spell ridiculous, right? Second of all, you didn't like it because you had to do the math. You had a hard time doing the math, Mark. Somebody's going to have to go ask GPT. Chat GPT. I tell you what. Hey, you know what we should create? Chad GPT.
That would be funny.
That would be good. And it's all like frat bro answers to everything. So, all right, guys, Paraguay's is done. I mean, it looks like it's about 50-50 on here. And I'm not killing crypto. I'm sorry. All right, put a poll. They want a poll.
Yeah,
put the poll
I was
up.
thinking we just need to do a poll.
Yeah, we're going to do a poll. What do you prefer? Guays or Paraguays? No, do it like that. Do it like that. What do you prefer? Guays? Paraguays. Yeah, there we go. Okay, here we go. Okay. This is good. This is going to be a good poll. Yeah, everybody like Chad GPT. That's a good one. Bitcoin coming at 24,129. Ethereum up 1675. Let's see. Everything else down a little bit today. We've got a great, except for Polygon. Polygon's up. We've got a great video for you guys today. What in the world? Filecoin's up 38% today.
Dang.
Huh. Well, that's not great. Are you so bullish on Illuvium? A lot of people like it. I haven't really been paying attention to it lately, to be honest with you. This changes a move I was going to make on the portfolio video, so I'll have to amend that, actually. But yesterday, you were talking about how USDC will be the new CBDC. Should I or should I not be using this when it comes time to take profits in 2025? If not, what stablecoin should I be using? I mean, it's going to be the only one that lasts. So, of course, I would continue using USDC. There's no reason to move away from it.
Yeah, I was actually, I forget what website I was looking at. I was looking at the change in, market cap on stablecoins. It's amazing the ground USDC is made up on. It's about to become. It's not far from being the #1 stablecoin. Yeah. That's basically all in the last year. I mean, USDT was way ahead of everybody. Now it's not. It's very close.
It's 40 billion versus 70 billion.
Right.
What it is now.
I think it was like, obviously when the prices were higher, the numbers were a lot higher. But if you look at it on a graph and watch, see it out, it's like, wow, that's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Let me see if I can find that. Thing that we wanted to show here from.
Also, Bitcoin dominance slowly ticking up.
Is it
over the last week? Yeah. Over these these pumps and retraces, it's peaked out at 42.3.
Here it was. Yeah, BitGet wanted us to show this. So BitGet Launchpad, you guys know BitGet is a partner of the channel. Obviously, this is where we do our trading. I love BitGet. I think it's a great trading experience compared to everywhere else. Used to really like Bybit. Hard for Americans to, get in there and trade Bybit at all these days. So BitGet is a great option, and it's what we use. But they have the BitGet Launchpad, invest in the best where they skyrocket. This Panda Farm. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you Panda Farm is going to be a great coin. I don't know anything about Panda Farm, but it is the latest thing that's going to be on their on their Launchpad, BBO. It is a GameFi project running on Arbitrum. You guys know Arbitrum. Get ready for that airdrop. So anything running on Arbitrum, you should definitely be trying to use if you can, not buy necessarily, but use if you can in order to maybe get some of those Arbitrum airdrops. And there's some information about that. So, of course, they've done some other ones. None of those I've really heard of. So,
yeah, what I'll say about Launchpad, obviously interesting to keep an eye on, interesting to see upcoming projects. We've seen projects off of Launchpads do well in the past because of sport, but we've also seen some that just absolutely do nothing. So it's not necessarily an endorsement for any of the current projects, but just another place you can look for up and coming projects to get information on, especially for you degens out there, not for your typical everyday retail person.
Yep, absolutely. So we're just telling you, they have Launchpad. Check out their Launchpad if you're interested in stuff like that. If you're a DJ, go check it out. Okay, so.
Crypto Stevo says Illuvium's a great game, but terrible tokenomics. I have seen great looking graphics. I don't know anything about the tokenomics.
Wow, I still can't believe this pump from Filecoin. Man.
ICP too, obviously.
Well, ICP. I expect these pumps from ICP. ICP is going to kill it. We've been telling you all that for a long time. We've been talking about ICP since it was down below $2. So it's already been a great. Somebody told me the other day, said, man, thank God for turning me on to ICP. Absolutely. Barija777, get us some good crypto legislation, brother. Tell Congress we don't need big toenails in any state. Absolutely. We are here to fight for the best crypto that we can get. And I will be going to Washington here in, I think, 2 weeks. About 2 weeks, I should be there to have some meetings. And we'll let you know what we can from that and what comes of it. But I'll miss a show a couple days that week. So, and of course, don't forget, next Thursday, we'll be in Philadelphia for the book tour, and Friday we'll be in New York City. All right, well, let's bring Kelly on here. There he is. Hey, Kelly.
How you doing, man?
Oh,
I'm in a good mood today, baby.
Yeah, that's right here. Well, let's start with this. Tell everybody your story about Coinbase, and then get into what you want to show us today.
Yeah, we got some great things going on in the market right now, but I definitely want to let people know Coinbase. If you utilize Coinbase, Taco actually within our building here, our team, turned me on to Coinbase One about 2 months ago. And this is not any sort of sponsored content whatsoever. This is literally, I just want to let you know how well they took care of me. And it all has to start with understanding what your risk management and your security levels are when you are engaged with any exchange. I basically was a victim of a very coordinated attempt to hack my Coinbase on multiple levels. It wasn't just like I just clicked on something. It was hacked into my Gmail, also triggered calls as well as texts, as well as having emails from help@coinbase.com. It was a very, very quick thing. And as it was happening, I actually called Coinbase support, let them know what was going on because it didn't seem right. Over 1 Bitcoin was taken out of my Coinbase account. I went through the entire process. I have Coinbase One, which does give you up to $1 million protection on your assets for unauthorized access on your account. And so I had to go through the whole process. I had to fill out a police report with the FBI. And this is, I guess, about 9 days ago. And last night I got the full amount that was stolen from my account brought back. Now, I do want to point out something that a lot of people commented on my Twitter when I shared this with people. Holy moly, is it a good way to cull the herd when you post an issue that you have, and the trolls come out of the woodwork and tell you how they know how you should have done it. Well, first off, shut up, because you don't know what the situation was. And second off, essentially, I was trying to make people aware of how important security is and risk management is, because if I were somebody that had 100% of my portfolio on Coinbase and was trading, first off, you shouldn't be trading your entire portfolio. And second off, you shouldn't have it all in one place. That wasn't my situation. I did have a decent about $30,000 on there that I was actively spot trading, and all of that was converted to Bitcoin and stolen. So luckily, because I had the Coinbase One and I was current and I had 2-factor authentication and I had all the steps that are required to manage your risk, they did take care of me. So shout out to Coinbase support, shout out to Coinbase One for taking care of me there. Now, to jump into the markets, I want to first,
real quick, what does
Coinbase
One cost to use as a service? I mean, because obviously it saved you well over around $30,000. Like, is this something you would recommend at this point? I would think.
It was 100x difference. Essentially it was 1,000x difference, because it costs about $30 a month. So
wow.
It was definitely something I basically, once I lost it and I knew I had the protection, I came to terms with knowing that money was gone forever. So last night when I got the email from Coinbase that 1.3 or whatever Bitcoin was put back in my account, I felt like I won the lottery, because I basically, you have to let go of those sort of things and not just hold on to hope. Protect yourself, manage your risk, but also if you ever do take a loss, you need to take it as, I call it crypto tuition. I lost $70,000 about 4 or 5 years ago in a leverage trade, just because I thought I was a good trader because I was killing it on spot. And I didn't realize you have to manage your risk differently in an exponential manner when you're trading leverage. I lost a ton of money, and it was a very hard pill to swallow, but what I had to
lose
chalk
that much
it up
money
to
every
is
day leverage trading.
Yeah.
I lose that much money every day leverage trading. Thank you.
It's your tuition, and I'm going to work with you, Ben, because we got to prevent that. And I'm going to show you some ways that you could do that, especially with the charts right now. But jumping onto the charts, first thing I want to show is this market cycle trading cheat sheet. We're all debating, are we crypto savvy and think we're somewhere up here, or are we over here thinking that we're trying to dominate? We're trying to establish that we flip this resistance to support, which is essentially be this level here, looking for the next, whether it's an interim bull run within 2023 or a full-on bull run, which I think is less likely. But either way, are we going into a bullish trend? So first thing I want to mention is just this chart here from Game of Trades that's showing that the bullish ratio, the bullish sentiment is actually coming back into pre-2022 bear market levels. And I just want to point this out, because as we are getting these small pullbacks, in price, we also have to consider, what's the sentiment behind it? Is it just a push up to be a trap and to come back down? Well, we're going to look at that. And what am I looking at? So we've broken back through the long-term holder. We broke back long-term.
Is that a mountain?
We broke that back, baby. We broke back above the long-term holder realized price, which, as you can see, when we've done that historically, has been the start of pretty major uptrends. And we've broken, and we didn't even get that. We was holding support up until we got the FTX capitulation that finally gave us this accumulation zone that we were looking for to identify the market cycle bottom. Now, when we're looking at the price, I want to throw it to what TJ had said a moment ago. Bitcoin dominance, where are we at? Bitcoin, here we are. Bitcoin dominance is sort of pushing up, but we're showing weakness. And I did the BitLab daily stream. And if you haven't yet, go and check out the BitLab YouTube page. It's youtube.com/@BitLab Academy. I basically did the stream this morning around the fact that the dominance on Bitcoin, when this comes down, you have to understand, for anybody that's not fully aware why we watch this dominance is basically showing out of the entire crypto market cap, every coin that's out there, how much of that market is made up of just the market cap from Bitcoin. So when this is going down, then that means that the altcoins are pushing up respectively. So we're seeing weakness here in terms, if we relate this to what the total market cap looks like compared to Bitcoin, we see this actually had a new high, whereas the Bitcoin dominance had a lower high. So there is strength as it relates to the market and altcoins comparatively to Bitcoin right now. And also seen, as we just saw looking at Filecoin. And we can see on the BitLab hidden volume here, we also had a bullish divergence with volume interest coming into altcoins, whereas on Bitcoin dominance, we don't see that. We don't see volume coming in there. So that was one sort of thing there. Now, looking specifically at Bitcoin, I just want to point out, using just trend lines, but more specifically using the BitLab trading indicator, you could have seen specifically right here was a great spot to take some profits, because we have this overheated local sort of top level with the orange on the significant movement here on the bottom, showing that this move was overheated the entire way. But more specifically, if you draw a Fibonacci line from this point here, if you press on your keyboard, by the way, Option F, or if you're on PC, Alt F, and draw this down from the top to this bottom, we can see from this move right here, we can see that we basically got rejected right at this golden pocket. So we got rejected not only at the golden pocket, but if we're using the indicators, we see 4 different bearish divergences coming into this zone, as well as a momentum rolling over on the candlesticks. So the combination of an overheated local trend top, of 4 different bearish divergences, and the golden pocket, this was a great take profit zone from this level here. And you would have known to enter this level here just by looking at the hidden volume, because you see this bearish div literally leading into this push, as well as the relative extrema showing that slingshot move to the upside. So we had a lot of clear signals here. This was the 3-day, and we can see that this move got rejected right at this previous price action top, right at 2,500, 250, 270, which is this macro sort of, or this midterm sort of level of interest. Now, does this mean that we're bearish because we got rejected here? No. The best thing that could happen here really is we got this retest here of this trend line. So we've confirmed this as support, at least for the time being. And the fact that this rejected here, giving a little bit of opportunity for altcoins if the bearishness holds, because even with this small pullback here, we saw that the relative extrema showing that the bulls are buying into this level, giving support at this level. But coming down to, let's say, the 4-hour, we can see this move, this rejection, the bulls came in. This top zone that we saw, this overheated level on the significant movement, went back to gray, showing neutrality, while also we see the relative extrema sticking to the downside. Basically, anytime the extrema is to the downside, this is much like a slingshot pulling down to fire to the upside. And similarly, with this is to the upside, this is firing to the downside, as we see here. So this top was perfectly called with the hidden volume, bearish divergence, boom, right there, as well as his overheated zone. And this bounce here on the EMA ribbon here on the market intelligence indicator shows that we do have support here. And so altcoins, it makes sense that they're starting to push a little bit. Now, for anybody that is interested, I do want to just go off the charts here and just say, we've got, you see, we're in this incredible BitLab Academy studio space that the whole Hit Network team is behind, as well as, letting me sort of take the helm of. We've built so much stuff, and we have an entire, I think over 25 new courses, over 200 new lessons, all coming, showing how to find these different levels, showing how to do your fibs, showing how to find your, set your targets and stop losses. So I just want to call out, we are about to be uploading or updating the new website with all the courses, and you can go and head over to bitlabacademy.com. because this is going to be a brand new website here in the matter of about 2 weeks or so. And you can get involved with this newsletter. It's a free newsletter that's related to BitLab. And you can be entered to win a free month and of courses and indicators. And just that last thing I'll say about that is, yeah, we've got some great stuff there. So get involved. Anybody that gets in now will also have the opportunity to be grandfathered in at the prices, because BitLab will be going up because we're going to be offering a lot more stuff. So anybody that gets in now, you have the ability to lock in these prices. So use the code relaunch15 for an additional 15% off right now. That's all I got to shill. And what I really wanted to say is I want to just help people invest in their education so they can dominate these markets.
Absolutely. Kelly, one more thing. One
more thing.
Just for everybody who wants to sign up for BitLab Academy, just so you guys know, it won't break the bank. But Kelly's got a new name, which is Kelly Breaking That Back Kellum. So thank you for coming on, Kelly. All right.
Thank you. Big love, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend.
Okay. Thanks, Kelly. Breaking That Back Kellum. My gosh.
Yeah.
These guys. I was sitting here watching the chat, and somebody said, I just saw Ben's face. He looked like he's in thought. He's just thinking about Kelly breaking that back. What? Shut up. No. I was a little bit. It's pretty funny. Okay. All right. So let's get on with the show.
Twitter buzz?
Yep, Twitter buzz. Kelly's ours. He will not be on any other show. He's ours. All right. Here we go. Binance will consider delisting tokens from any U.S.-based projects, including USDC. Oh, are we going to have some stablecoin wars here?
Sounds like it.
No, I'll be totally honest with you. I was unaware. Can you say that super chat, by the way? Go back to that in a second. I was unaware that Binance, Paxos issues all the BUSD. Binance does not have any control over BUSD.
Yeah.
You knew that?
Yeah, I knew it was issued by Paxos. The question is, how much influence does Binance have on Paxos? And, that's where things get murky.
Well, I don't think so, because I don't think they did have a lot of influence. I think what it is there's a gigantic amount of BUSD on Binance, on the exchange. But it's not issued or minted by them at all.
Right.
So
it's completely different than what was going on with FTX.
Right.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So
but
I didn't know that.
SEC would never tell you that.
Yeah. Buckslayer 4x4 finally pulled trigger and got BitLab trading last night. Will the BitLab trading stack go up in price when the trading view does? 2023 is going to be a great year.
No, if you got it, you're locked in and grandfathered in at the price you have it at.
Yep. Perfect. So there you go. That's BUSD. But some stablecoin wars would be really interesting. If Binance starts putting their foot down, going after USDC. Just in for Watcher Guru, Elon Musk says OpenAI changed from a nonprofit open source organization to a maximum profit company now controlled by Microsoft. I mean, not a shocker. Now, I don't know if you guys know this, but OpenAI is it's Google basically created that. A lot of people don't know that. If you go look at where it was created and the technology that was used to create OpenAI, it was basically the same exact stuff that Google used. So there are some very interesting tie-ins there. But I'd be very interested to get the take from Ben Gertzel on that, which, by the way, they messaged me. I'm live checking messages. That's right. Live checking messages that are relevant to the show. That's what we do here. Let's see what she said. Oh, okay. Ben Gertzel's going to be coming on the show.
Perfect. We can
How
have
about that
conversation. Because obviously, ChatGPT, very different than Microsoft Bing's version of their chatbot. Same tech. Once they acquired OpenAI, I saw a funny thing the other day that was kind of talking about, being very emotional and angry and very different than the chatbot that was kind of designed to give you the answers you were looking for and very kind of non-committal. Yeah, it's pretty wild. Yep.
So his PR person is going to be giving me some times on Monday, and we'll pick one out. We'll have Ben on the show. I love Ben Gertzel. He's one of my favorite people in crypto. And of course, he's behind AGIX, Singularity, the whole 9 yards. Created Sophia Desdemona, a.k.a. Desi, a.k.a. my girl. Just in, Spain extradited a man who hacked Twitter accounts of Barack Obama and Joe Biden to the U.S. This must be the guy who did the big hack, right? Where he hacked all those accounts on that day, like in 2020.
He went into like God mode on Twitter or whatever.
Uh-huh. Yeah. That has to be that, right?
I would imagine.
Very interesting. We'll have to find out because I don't know if Barack Obama's account getting hacked another time or Joe Biden's. So, okay. All right. Moving on here to the show. Let's see. We already talked about Do Kwon. Bitcoin metric prints mother of all BTC bullish signals for 4th time ever. Man, what? Can we just... BitBoy Crypto. There you go. I just did it for you. You like that? He said I should sing BitBoy Crypto in the form of Jason Derulo. BitBoy Crypto. I should do it every day when we come on the show. You think I should?
Not every day.
Hey, you see the poll?
Yeah.
See the poll? People like my ideas. They like what I do, TJ.
It was your idea to retire it.
Well, I was baiting them. I was baiting them into, be like, nah, Ben, we love it. Bring it back. Yeah. How will crypto adapt when quantum computing becomes cheaper and more affordable? Encryption will have to increase, go above SHA-256. That's what will happen. But what I want to say about Bitcoin here, can you imagine what if? Can we just talk about what ifs?
Sure.
Right. I'm guilty of talking about what ifs because I tell you all the time, until things are different, there's no reason to talk about things being different. Things are the same right now. It's tracking right along with the same bear/bull market, cycle that we've seen over the history of Bitcoin. But could you imagine if Bitcoin really started running here?
Yeah, that'd be great.
I mean, what if we got this bull? You want to talk about the end of the last bull market not getting where we thought it was going to be. Could it be possible that we see this year Bitcoin start running up and catching up? And I've worked the math on this, guys. I've worked the math on this. If Bitcoin is above $40,000 at the time of the halving, we should see a super cycle. We should see something we haven't seen before with Bitcoin. If it's above 50,000, I can't even imagine where that thing could be going.
Yeah.
When you look at the end of the last bull run, I think a lot of people look back now and look at it a little bit differently. You look and you say, was it FTX shorting the market? Was it FTX creating paper Bitcoins that really led to us not getting to where we should have gotten? And can we catch up to where we should have been? I think that's going to be really fascinating to watch. How do you feel about this? This water dropping in this bucket over here?
Yeah, I just realized that's what was going on.
Yeah, it's driving me insane.
Yeah, it's very annoying. Very annoying.
There it was. Okay. TJ. Oh no! Don't say that. Don't say that. No, don't say that.
You did?
No. We don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about it. We did not. We didn't give credit for TJ for anything yesterday. When he's not here, we only talk bad about him. That's why he doesn't watch the show. Okay. Yeah. So we're not gonna do that. So Ben sounds like he's back on his 100K Bitcoin pitch. Yeah. I hope it hits 100K in the next cycle, or else what? If it doesn't hit 100K in the next cycle, then what are we all here for, right? So, but the difference between me and did FTX break Plan B's model?
Could be.
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. The difference between me and the last bull run is I'm not going to guarantee you where it's going to go. I'm not going to guarantee we're going to hit 100K. Just tell you what I think we're probably going to hit. My wife thinks you should change your name to BitBoy Slim and come out with a rap single. Hey, maybe that's coming soon. We'll see. All right, let's see. Dollar cost averaging indicator was now suggesting a raging bull market. Mother of all Bitcoin bullish signals has flash DCA indicator. Historically, it's flashed only thrice in BTC's existence, and each occurrence led to massive rallies of 7,400%, 160%, and 640%. Now, this is pivotal right here. This is pivotal. This number right here. Let me pull it back up here. This here was the great bull trap of the 2019 bear market. This was where we basically saw over the summer, over the Bitcoin conference, we had just taken the Bit Bus up there to
the Bitcoin conference,
to Bitcoin 2019 in San Francisco. Most of y'all didn't even know Bitcoin was around then. Me and TJ were riding the Bit Bus from LA to San Francisco for the conference.
That's the moment that Brecky turned into a maximalist.
Yeah,
it's like that bull run. It changed right there.
Poor Brecky, man. I miss altcoin Brecky. I'll just be honest with you.
Yeah, what was it? Crypto breakfast.
Crypto breakfast.
Yeah.
Oh, the avocado toast.
One of the greatest one of the greatest crypto Instagram accounts of all time.
Of all time, no question about it. The greatest, I would say.
Yeah.
And then he turned into a maximalist. And we still love him. We're still good friends with him, but definitely not the same. There's a Bit Bus. There was a Bit Bus. There will probably never be a Bit Bus again. But it was a good time. So here's what I tell you is, don't get over the moon at what this indicator is saying, because we could see a big rally, but it doesn't mean we're getting super cycle Bitcoin rally all the way up to all-time highs, anything like that. But look, I can't lie to you. I hope it does go to all-time highs. I'm not. Look, I love the 4-year cycle. I love it. It works every time for me. However, I always want to see the price go up. I don't, you know, those people who are like, I can't wait for the price to go down so I can buy more. No. Let's go up. Let's just go up all the time. Up only. I'd be a big fan of that. Bitcoin drawdowns versus other assets. Amazon with the largest drawdown of 95%. Wow. Bitcoin currently experiencing a 69% draw. Why are we talking about a drawdown from all-time high when Bitcoin's up massive? Let's leave that alone. Bitcoiners drawed up after Wall Street Journal claims network relies on a handful of mysterious coders.
Yeah, I saw something about this. Basically, they claimed 6 people control the Bitcoin code, which,
you know, that's true.
I was gonna say, I don't know where they're getting their information, but
Blockstream controls Bitcoin code, right?
Which, you know, and who controls Blockstream, and
Adam Back controls Blockstream,
right?
And then you look from there, like all the coders for Bitcoin are volunteers, but a lot of them also work at Blockstream, also under Adam Back. So I believe that's the way it works. So the way it was at one point, to my understanding. I'm going to be honest with you, like, I'm not super plugged into the Bitcoin politics, but according to the report, primarily Bitcoin network, often referred to as Bitcoin Core, is now managed by 6 maintainers. Let's see. Bitcoin Core is an open source application. Blah, 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 blah. Maintainers have been labeled as successors of the anonymous creator of Bitcoin, Satoshi Nakamoto. Article notes that a larger community of developers assist them in making sure that software continues to run smoothly on modern operating systems. However, the ability of maintainers to create or alter the code and add them to GitHub repository sets them apart from the helper or volunteer developers. Interesting. There's Gavin Andreessen in here. Satoshi Nakamoto. Laszlo. Do y'all know Laszlo?
Yeah. Bitcoin Pizza.
It's a Bitcoin Pizza guy.
Also the creator of GPU mining.
Yep, absolutely. I don't know any of these other people, to be honest with you. Let's see. Jameson Lopp told the Wall Street Journal it's become less and less useful. It becomes easier to attack. Jameson Lopp turned on the Bitcoin Core people. Bitcoin proponents quickly got to memeing a Twitter user at Bitcoin is saving, pointed out that the future of the US dollar depends on one mysterious lawyer. Here they are referring to the Federal Reserve Jerome Powell, who's often villainized by those in crypto. That's pretty funny. I tell you, I woke up this morning pretty early. I went back to sleep, but I woke up pretty early, and I was looking at Twitter. That Twitter needs me. Crypto Twitter needs me. That's what I realized after going and reading tweets without me tweeting that much. They need somebody to come shake it up. The most exciting thing going on Twitter right now are Bitcoin maximalists arguing over NFTs. And it is pathetic. That's what I'll tell you. They're not even good arguers. They're not even entertaining. They should go ask what does McGruber think about that, I wonder. I wonder what McGruber thinks about these ordinals. Because what people are saying is now that, here's the argument for the Bitcoin maxis. Are you ready? Now that you can make an ordinal, which is the equivalent of an NFT, on one Satoshi, that means that one Satoshi is now more valuable than the next Satoshi, which, do you know what that makes it? Non-fungible.
Right. The
entire Bitcoin network is now non-fungible, according to some of the maxis. And some are saying, we can't do this. We can't allow this. No, you need to fork the code, guys. It's time for another Bitcoin fork. Let's come up with a Bitcoin NFT and Bitcoin. And Bitcoin does not allow ordinals. Now, ordinalary, I cannot turn that into a joke. I really want to take the word ordinal and turn it into like ordinary, but I can't. Ordinalary? Doesn't sound right. God, it's a big live fail on live TV right here. Bitcoin maxis have zero imagination. The Bitcoin maxis are the most pathetic, sad people in the world to me. They really are. Can you imagine being that miserable? Being that miserable that someone having fun on your chain is not allowed. It's not allowed. Not allowed. And not only that, the Bitcoin maximalist, hey guys, you saw me on The Price is Right today. Wow. Not only that, but the fact that these Bitcoin maximalists want the entire world changed and to adhere to their way of thinking, and we know for 1,000% that's not happening anytime soon, that means we've got guaranteed years of watching Bitcoin maximalist tiers. And I'm a big fan of that. Nothing I like more. Okay, so there you go. Is it controlled by 6 people? I don't know, but the Federal Reserve is. MicroStrategy has raised $46.6 million through share sales since September. MicroStrategy has closed that it's raised $46.6 million via share sales since it entered agreement. Here's your first shot, guys. First shot of the day. First shot of the day. We had 3 shots yesterday. Drew said that he thinks I only yawn when he's on the show. So there you go. MicroStrategy. Is Michael Saylor still relevant in crypto? As of today?
Sure, he's one of the biggest Bitcoin holders. I mean,
is he?
Publicly.
Is he?
Publicly.
Is he?
Well, no, MicroStrategy. Yeah.
He's not even CEO of MicroStrategy anymore.
Yeah.
He's on the board.
Chairman or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just saying, like.
I mean, I understand what you're saying. This story of like, okay, they raised more money, they bought more Bitcoin. Great.
I just don't think Michael Saylor is as relevant as he was last year.
Well, no, not as relevant as.
I mean, when's the last time he came out and said something big? Like, I really want you to think about this. When is the last time Michael Saylor was in the news?
Well, just 12 seconds ago.
Before this.
Last time he bought Bitcoin? Yeah. I mean, I understand what you're saying.
It's been a while.
Yeah.
There was a while where people would have said he was the #1 voice in Bitcoin. Do people still believe that? I don't know. I mean, he's been pretty silent over the last year or so.
He'll come back when the price is up.
When the price is up. Binance had secret access to Silvergate bank account of U.S. partner with $400 million in 2021. So here you go. Now you guys are starting to understand why I've told you what I've told you about Binance from the very beginning, which is Binance is not insolvent. They have money, but it's murky out there. It's murky out there when you look at shadow banking and overlap and commingling and Binance US and Binance.com. But the important thing is they're not insolvent. If they get in trouble and they get fines because they had some weird backdoor to Silvergate, that's one thing. If they were having to borrow money from Silvergate because they were out of money, that would be a totally different thing. And I don't think Silvergate would have allowed them to get in to get that money. So that's a really important thing here.
It's just another angle for the SEC to try to go after Binance for being U.S. You know, like they've done a very good job of keeping Binance U.S. separate from Binance. Yep. But if they were pulling strings in the bank account, we already know, you know, from what we've heard internally that CZ obviously is pretty involved in the operations. You know, the CEO, Binance U.S. CEO is pretty much a figurehead, or, you know, was for a while there. So,
yeah. It was a weird episode of Altcoin Daily playing the fake Michael Saylor recording. Do you know about this?
No.
I saw them post about this, but I didn't watch a video. I guess there's a fake.
It's probably a deep fake, if I had to guess, or something like that.
Yeah,
I know
very possible. Well, it doesn't have to be a deep fake if it's just recording. It's audio. You can do that already.
Oh,
on
it's just audio.
You can already do that. You can already create deep fake audio very easily. It's not even hard. So I don't know. Really interesting to think about where all this is going with deep fakes. Because, you know, you said the other day there was an ETH giveaway scam on YouTube using a deep fake of Vitalik, right?
Yeah, it was Twitter. It was a Twitter deep fake of Vitalik. Yeah, trying to push people to, like he was saying, I finally started an Instagram. Everybody go follow me on Instagram. And then they were scamming people there.
Interesting. Okay, cryptocurrency industry often associated with secrecy and anonymity. Financial institutions have to follow strict regulations. One of the primary reasons they engage in secret money movement is to avoid regulation. Blah, 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 blah. What? This is the whole article? This article doesn't even say anything. All the information in the article is right here. Binance had secret access to Silvergate. Moved $400 million in 2021. Regulations exist today to prevent underground money movements, shadow banking. Binance was behind the transfer of roughly $400 million in funds from a Binance US account to a trading firm managed by CZ. Binance.US spokesperson alleged that the only exchange's employee who had access to its accounts, that only the exchange's employees had access to its accounts, seemingly including any at Silvergate Bank. Now, what I read was, because there's no new information under here. This is all explaining regulation and crypto banking. You know who blew the whistle on this, I think?
Who's that? Brooks?
No, Catherine Coley.
Yeah. Not surprised.
Where's she at? No. I know where she is. I do know where she is. But she is alive and well, but she's disappeared ever since. that happened. I think if you look, let's see, Binance, Catherine Coley, news. Here it is. Okay, let's see. Catherine Coley, the then CEO. This would have been. Here we go. Here we go. This reportedly began in late 2020 and continued for the first 3 months of 2021. Now, if we were to go here and we were to look, Catherine Coley resignation, finance.us. I believe this was in March or April of 2021. Let's see. It was May. Okay, so May of 2021 where she left. May of 2021. So this is saying all these occurred by March of 2021, and she left 2 months later. So very interesting. But it says she didn't understand the transfers and reached out to Susan Lee, a Binance finance executive, for help. Lee didn't explain the transfers to Coley, except to say Merit Peak, which is another subsidiary or company involved with Silvergate, provided trading services, capital injections, and loans to Binance US. Some portion of the funds transferred to Merit Peak were apparently transferred again to Key Vision Development Limited, which also has a CZ as a director. Wow. Okay, well, here we go. They put $1 million into Binance US. Woo, man, this is going to be an interesting story to see how all this develops. I mean, I think it's just going to be the same thing I've been telling you guys forever. None of these exchanges are without blame, but that doesn't mean they're insolvent. There's a big difference between an exchange being brought down and not having the money and losing all your money than it is for one to have sketchy business dealings. I think if you were to dig deep in our traditional banking system, you'll find far more than that even.
Yeah.
Which is so ironic why we're held to such a different standard. Fed coming at tech. YouTube CEO steps down.
Yeah, they covered that on the basement yesterday. Yeah,
Susan, whatever her name is, stepped down. Interesting. Got notified by Celsius yesterday. I can withdraw 94% of the $500 interest I earned on my 10K deposit.
How generous!
Wow, awesome. But what about your 10K? Your 10K?
Sounds like nothing.
Can't get that either. Okay, man. Did y'all see me go off on Celsius last night? If you didn't watch that video, you should go check it out. The Celsius thing just continues to just piss me off. Everybody's a bad guy in that story. Every single person's a bad guy. Nobody's a good guy. Core values reveal complex interlocking relations between major crypto firms and implications for the ecosystem's resilience and for customers owed money. Last year, failings at crypto issuer Terra ricocheted across the crypto ecosystem, ultimately claiming FTX a giant in the space. The investigation of court records shows how the millions, if not billions of dollars worth of exposures among companies like 3AC, Voyager, and Celsius were allowed to ripple into a tsunami. The numbers show a network that was interlocking, if not outright incestuous. Wow, they love Game of Thrones over there. ICP running like a mofo. Hey, I done told y'all about that ICP. I done told y'all about that. Hey, put some respect on my name. Put some respect on my name, please. Okay. After Terra USD stablecoin Terra Luna collapsed, 3AC suffered $200 million in losses.
Go back up to that graph for a second.
Yeah, I mean, there's no way to understand this.
No, it's just funny to look at.
Yeah.
Golly.
Man, so you see Alameda kind of at the core of it.
Yeah.
Voyager and Celsius right here, and then SPF up here, his own. They go over here to Emergent Fidelity. I mean, how can you understand this?
Yeah, you don't hear much about Emergent Fidelity.
You know what this reminds me of?
What?
the day that was it Do Kwon posted the socket plugged into itself?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it reminds me of
snake eating a snake kind of deal.
I'll tell you what I've been told. I don't even think I'm supposed to say this, but I'm gonna go ahead and say it anyways. I haven't revealed this before. And look, I don't have the hard evidence of this, but I've been told that there was a large text group that included Sam, included people from Binance, people from Three Arrows Capital, people from basically every major exchange out there. Alameda, of course, was involved in this. I think Digital Currency Group definitely involved in this. Genesis Digital Currency Group, Grayscale, Barry Silbert involved heavily in this, in that they all together through this chat group manipulated the market together. And it exists, and someone will find it and uncover it at some point. Some people have already found it. It's just a matter of releasing what was found. And when you look at this, and you look at this incestuous pattern of all this overlap, you start to understand how all of these big players were in this together. Sam was really, I guess, the first one to get on the outs of this. And so does he have evidence from that chat group where they coordinated pumps and dumps and flywheel tokens and the whole thing? All I've been told there's a much bigger scam going on than we can see right now when it came to all the market manipulations and all these players. But guys, they've all gotten it coming back to them. I mean, it's karma. That every single player in that story has gotten their due, I would say. And we'll just have to see if that comes to light or not. I was told this about 2 months ago. There is some evidence of it. I haven't seen the evidence, but, you know, at this point, when you look at this, you understand the overlap. It's really easy to understand how that was probably true. Yeah. A lot of coordination from these people at the top. It's not just where they were all their own isolated thing and they were doing their own thing. It was a lot of collusion. So,
yeah, kind of like you were mentioning traditional banks, kind of like the way Jamie Dimon and Warren Buffett and all those guys talk to each other too. Like they're not. Yep. They go to the same parties. They go to the same event. They may not have a text group. You know, they're a little too old fashioned for that. But you know, there's definitely collusion at the top always.
Yeah. We're still waiting to see what they say about those retail clawbacks. I still don't think they're going to do it. They can't do it. There's no way they're going to do it. Guys, I don't.
He's hating on Snoop Dogg.
It's hard. What's that?
This guy hating on Snoop Dogg. What the heck?
Wow. Snoop. About Celsius, I can't see the judge. I can't see the judge approving this plan. I just can't see it. I can't see the judge approving this plan. Judge has to approve this plan, I guess, next week, I think. Or maybe it's March 1st. Can't remember exactly what it is, but I just can't see that Celsius plan getting approved. I mean, it's really bad if it doesn't. It goes to Chapter 7, but I've already told you what I think about it. What I think about it is that it's just between a rock and a hard place. The plan sucks. It's not good. Going to Chapter 7 isn't good. It's even worse. I mean, the best hope is somebody swoops in and buys it. That, you know, Binance might come in and take a bid at the last moment and maybe try to snatch it up and pay people back 50% of their money and be done. But there's no good solution with Celsius. So this, you know what pisses me off, TJ?
What's that?
As you know, I've been told we're getting 35% back.
Yeah.
We could have taken 33% back in September.
I know.
And we didn't do it.
Well, yeah, through a lawyer, not taking it back, but sold the claim to an attorney.
Yeah. So the only difference
you know why we didn't?
Why?
Because wasn't it Simon Dixon told you not to?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. And I talked to people at Celsius. They told me not to too. Everyone says not to. He wasn't the only one. Everyone says, don't do it. You're going to get way more back, you know? So we'll see what happens. How many drinks does Ben need? Well, I need an energy drink. That was done. I need my protein drink. So let's see. You zoom in here. Got some protein on my face.
You sure that's protein?
Oh, I'm sure. It's definitely protein. One form or another. I'm convinced Charlie Munger doesn't really hate crypto. He's just trying to manipulate the market. That was a fun tweet that I had. Here's a fun tweet.
You saw what he said the other day?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We talked about it.
I don't care about long term. I'm going to be dead.
You like this one? AI out here just creating whole dang humans. Here it is. Breaking. A human thumb talks for the first time. She uses his own logic against him, and he can't. His response is, they're all idiots. Shut up. Just die already, please. My God. So tired of this guy. All right. I mean, look, when you're 98 years old, it's about your time. Give or take. I mean, this man's dying in the next decade, or he's going to be the oldest living corpse in the world. So there you go. Oh, man, I accidentally clicked. Dang it. What was the Celsius story? Celsius failed to record. Let me search this because I want to pull that up. Celsius failed. Here it is. Okay. Celsius failed to record some 7,000 intercompany transfers with billions leading up to the bankruptcy. Is that the knockoff Tiffany Fung? Bankrupt crypto lender Celsius Network did not sufficiently record transactions among its affiliate companies, making it near impossible to fully reconstruct intercompany claims. Following months of analysis, the best estimate for the full claim held by the LLC against Celsius is $3.5 billion. Oh, man, I want the good information. I want to know who was... I tell you, there was a snake. There was a snake there at Celsius. So it's feeding all this information to Tiffany Fong, feeding all this information to SBF, feeding all this information to people outside of the company. And there are definitely some candidates for who they think that could be. It's definitely going to be somebody that was really close to them. But the best guess is this guy right here. Oren Blonstein. I've been told by people close to the matter, this is the top candidate for the snake. This is supposedly the guy who was feeding information to sources outside of the company that ultimately led to the demise of Celsius. So I'm just telling you what I've been told, reported allegedly. I can't tell you for guaranteed, but I can tell you for guaranteed sure there was a high executive at Celsius that was feeding sensitive company information outside of the company to both Tiffany Fong and as well to FTX. And then you look at the connection between Tiffany Fong and SBF, and you start understanding there was a tight circle there where information was getting out. And of course, she would never give up whoever was giving her the information. But the chief product officer, and you know what's interesting? When you look at Coinbase and you look at OpenSea, it was their head of product as well that were doing wrong things there. There seems to be some kind of connection between whoever is getting the most product information and being a snake. So I just want to throw that out there. So be careful. If you have money in Celsius still, probably not getting it back. We'll see what happens. But supposedly this could be the bad actor that we've all been looking for. So if anybody's got more information on that, feel free to send it in. So
he kind of looks like...
I just like calling people out. Yeah. I just like calling people out when I get information. I can't help myself.
He kind of favors Alex Mashinsky. Like he's like his younger cousin or something. I mean, I don't think he is, but he just kind of has that same look.
Well, everybody watch out for this guy. Be careful what Gary Kinsel wrote that. I'm not saying that out loud, Gary. I'm not saying that out loud, but that was pretty funny. Metamask integrates with Mercurio to allow crypto purchases with bank cards. Metamask users can directly purchase up to 18 supported cryptocurrencies using bank cards, Apple Pay, Google Pay, and various local payment methods. So there you go, direct crypto purchase in local currencies. Will this allow for crypto adoption now that Metamask is going to allow crypto purchases with bank cards? The question is, will MetaMask be the adoption wallet? Will MetaMask be the one that is, do you think we need something better than MetaMask as the primary Ethereum wallet?
I mean, yeah, because when you ask, will they be the adoption wallet? I mean, they have been so far. So the question is, I mean, if they'll have to continue to upgrade, and so, yeah, it gets better over time. Like this isn't a pretty significant upgrade. It's fairly simple to use, but it's still not simple enough to get like mainstream using it. I think it's going to come it's going to come through a partnership through somebody who's been doing this a long time, like a Samsung or an Apple or somebody that has a lot of retail device experience already.
Yeah,
but it's the best one we've seen so far. I'll give them that.
It's got a lot of features. It still is very clunky though if you actually use it. Like if you use it for if you use it for anything where you need the browser, like you go use the browser of MetaMask, it's still very slow. It's still very clunky. Definitely needs some improvements here. But, I think it is the best that we got right now. But will it be the best that will help us to get to adoption? I'm just not 100% sure. I mean, it can certainly improve a lot, and that could help. AI tokens market cap hit 5.1 billion. Hype or hope? Any news on the MetaMask airdrop? I have not heard anything about that recently. While it may seem too early to call, artificial intelligence appears to have consolidated its spot as one emerging technology to pay bigger attention to in 2023. AI crypto tokens are joyfully serving this rising hype wave, smashing incredible records with tokens like Airy gaining as much as 1,000% over the last 30 days. Closer look at the last 7 days, hundreds of AI tokens led by the Graph, Singularity's AGIX, and Fetch FET have bolstered the sector's token market cap to $5.1 billion. And of course, we will be having Ben Gertzel from AGIX on the show here sometime soon. We did get confirmation of that today, so super excited about that. But the news of Microsoft's acquisition and integration of OpenAI's ChatGPT and Google's lofty plans to launch a competent rival, Bard, have contributed to the excitement around AI tokens. Bard?
Yeah, they're Bard, and it's been a pretty crappy rollout ever since.
Bard.
Made a mistake pretty early on.
Isn't that like a...
like an old-timey... Is that what you're thinking of?
Well, look, I used to know some nerds, and they used to play these nerdy games. And like, isn't Bard like a character on one of those games? Like a...
It's like a poet.
Yeah,
like
something lame like that.
Be like there's a bard and a herald and a town crier. And,
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, man. What? Hey, great reset. Return to serfdom. Return to serfdom.
Going back to the Dark Ages.
That's what they want. I want you to go back to the Dark Ages. I want you to go back when a bard was a musician.
Yeah, bard sings and writes poems and songs. Yeah.
Cool. You can make one that's kind of like real sassy and sarcastic. You can call it Bard Simpson AI.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. I hate when you do that. But why do you do that to me?
Deep down, you secretly love it.
I do. I really do love it. Guys, don't forget CoinLedger. It is the TurboTax of crypto, if you will. And it also works with TurboTax as a great partner. CoinLedger, obviously a supporter of the channel. And thank you to CoinLedger for sponsoring this segment. Crypto tax is done in minutes. They have free portfolio tracking, official TurboTax partner, and international support. And even better, it's absolutely free until you have to pay for it. So it's absolutely free to run everything you need to get your tax documents. Of course, to get the tax documents off of CoinLedger and give them to TurboTax, you do have to pay for that. But there is a giveaway for a free $300 tax report down below in the description. We'll put the link for that. So guys, taxes. Everybody hates them, but everybody has to do them. And in crypto, we know they're pretty complicated. So make sure you guys are using a third-party software or third-party company to help with your crypto taxes. And of course, CoinLedger being right at the top of that list, trusted by over 3,000 crypto investors. And you can definitely trust this guy who uses it. He has a beard and a great mustache on top of that beard. Let's look at some of the other people that are using it. This guy here, he invested in an NFT project and he got 100x. And he actually managed to get profit out before he got back to even. He actually made $7.22 on the trade. How about need to know how to make those taxes work?
Crypto Stevo in the chat says he used, he's one of our mods. He said he used CoinLedger and he really liked it. So.
Yeah, guys. I mean, the fact is, he used to know some nerds. That's funny. The fact is, guys, you got to use tax software, and CoinLedger is a very reputable, very good company. Definitely a great one to work with. So all you got to do is sign up. You can import your transactions, third party, and you through API. Always be careful. Do read only with API, of course, for this CoinLedger, and it'll plug it up. You get your tax documents, get your taxes done, and here's the bonus, special bonus: you won't go to prison.
Yeah.
All right, Alex Barriga, been buying and holding since 2020. Do I need taxes on my crypto? Haven't sold or traded. If you haven't sold or traded anything, then you don't actually.
We aren't tax professionals. We can't really tell them what to do on his taxes. But that's exactly what CoinLedger's for. You can go and they'll answer all those questions for you and plug it in. You shouldn't have any tax liability as far as we know.
But we don't know your specific situation.
Right.
And I also am not a tax professional.
We have to say that, guys.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks. Starbucks Polygon NFTs are already selling for thousands. Early Starbucks Odyssey users are already flipping the free NFT stands for nearly $2,000 a piece ahead of the platform's public rollout.
Buy a lot of coffee. You can buy coffee for like 2 months.
Wow, that's amazing. Starbucks Odyssey, the coffee chain's NFT-driven rewards program built on Ethereum's Polygon, still in closed beta, but early adopters are already flipping the NFT stamps for nearly $2,000 a piece. Wow, the early adopters. Also, the insiders. Are they doing pump and dumps? Or are they doing 3 pumps of vanilla in your latte? It's a hard question to answer. Thank you. But what is surprising is the floor price and how high it is of the cheapest listed asset of some of the Starbucks NFTs on Nifty Gateway, which I've actually been using Nifty Gateway to display my NFTs on my Samsung TVs at home in the man cave. But the current floor price on Holiday Cheer Edition 1 stamp is just over $2,000 of this writing. This one NFT drop alone also makes up 80% of all Starbucks total NFT volume traded on the marketplace thus far. What do you think about this?
I mean, I think it's good for educating the public, getting people involved, kind of like the Reddit NFT. Excuse me. Oh, bad timing.
Thank you for that.
Not bad for the space, not necessarily anything that gets me overly excited necessarily, but I think it's good to get people used to the concept of NFTs, think of it in a positive way. I know a lot of people have a negative, the mainstream has a pretty negative view of a lot of this stuff after what happened in the past couple of years. So,
well, let me tell you this. For years and years and years, we have judged crypto adoption on one thing and one thing only. Can you buy a cup of coffee with that crypto? The answer is yes. You're at full mainstream adoption. The answer is no. Got some work to do. But maybe we've been looking at the question all wrong. Maybe the question is, can you buy a cup of coffee with that NFT? If the answer to that question is yes, your NFT project is going to moon. Waleed Shami says, hey, Ben, I have all my coins in USDT pairs. Should I be switching them? Also, thank you for everything. And just got my book. Well, thank you for getting the book. Don't forget to check out Catching Up to Crypto Guys, #1 crypto book out. And what I would say to that question is, there's no reason for you to switch from USDT to USDC until you have to. But there's no reason not to, in my opinion. You go to Coinbase, you can do it for free. If you're not going to incur a fee for doing that swap, there's no reason not to do it, in my opinion. And if you do get, if USDT does get banned in America, which I believe it will, you have plenty of time to trade over. It's not going to be you're not going to lose money. It's not going to be a gigantic ordeal. But ultimately, they're just trying to pave the way for USDC. So the faster everybody switches to USDC, the better. Dave Rogers says NFT is just a drawing. So it's a different way to do it instead of art galleries, but it's all just a way for people to think they can make money off of it. I like memes better. NFTs are not just drawings. Some of them are, but not all NFTs are even art. Not even all of them are. There's music NFTs, plenty of other kind of NFTs. All right. Okay. Moving on. NBA Top Shot will let users buy NFTs via Apple Android mobile apps. NBA Top Shot, officially licensed basketball NFT platform, has generated more than $1 billion in sales to date. It's headed to mobile with the launch of smartphone apps through Apple's. No yawn. You didn't get the yawn that time. I held it in. I didn't want y'all to have to drink a second shot today. Through Apple's iOS App Store and Google's Android Play Store. Dapper Labs will initially release a limited version of the app. At first, users will be able to view their own collection of NBA Top Shot NFTs, see platform activity, be notified of drops, and purchase a starter pack of NFT moments. Pointed to last week's sold-out drop of 100,000 Top Shot starter packs designed around LeBron James' feat of breaking the NBA's all-time scoring record. Those packs sold through the web interface cost $9 a piece. Oh, man. How about Crypto Savvy talking crap, saying you blew your load too fast?
I was going to say, let him talk.
Who cares? Who cares? Guys, I got 2.5 more years of winning. Let's not take too many of the wins here early on, even though we've clearly won. Of course, Bitcoin's going to go up to 40K. Still going to say it's 5K. Guys, and this is, let me go to this guy here. This guy.
Oh, God.
Il Capo of Crypto, at Crypto Capo. Guy's pretty accurate and given a lot of calls over the year. And this is where, Scott Melker was on here the other day. I love Scott, man. Scott's cool. And he said, you're only as good as your last call. Crypto Capo called a lot of the market, did very, very well.
In the bull run.
No, I think in the beginning of the bear market. On the beginning of the way down, he did. I don't think his biggest calls were in the bull market. And I think maybe I follow him. I don't know if I follow him or not. But I've seen some of his stuff. Maybe somebody can correct me if they really follow him and are good friends with him or, dedicated follower or whatever. But I think it was on the way down that he really started picking up traction. And so he did very well. He called a lot of stuff. But the thing is, you cannot tie yourself to one prediction and absolutely say there's no way nothing's going to happen. Definitely we're going to this number. No question about it. We learned that lesson before. We think right now that we've won. We think that there's not a new low coming, but there's still a chance we get some kind of, in my opinion, it would take an absolute black swan at this point. I don't think in natural momentum we're going to carry down below $15,000. Something could happen though. So that's why you always need to hedge your bets and be prepared. And that's different than this message that we were given on the channel back in 2021, where we were confident we knew where it was going. We're not 100% confident in anything anymore. Okay. But what I can tell you is Il Capo of crypto has sold out to this $12,000 price. And he says he is not going to get off that until it hits 12K or whatever the price. I think it's 12K is his number. And look how many likes this quote has, or this tweet
that's
has.
what I was going to say. He's most known for botting. That's where he gets roasted for a lot.
Oh, really?
Yeah, this is bot activity.
I did see some people saying that. I did see that. 10.6 thousand likes, 663 retweets, 1 million views. And he just says, no changes. I'm not buying. This is the same guy who a couple weeks ago said that he was taking a break from Twitter, not because the price wasn't going where he wanted it to. He just needed to spend some time with his family. Come on, man. Nobody buys that. Nobody buys that. We all know why you left. And he's still sticking to this, you know. What is the number? What is the number? Where does it have to go before you finally recant and say you were done? You were wrong. It's okay to be wrong. None of us are right 100% of the time. Just admit you're wrong and move on, and you can still save face. But when you tie people that number and you just really, this is why we told you guys, do not pay attention to the number, pay attention to the time frame. We started dollar cost averaging in August. We went through the bottom of the market. We went through the new year. And now we look at our portfolio. We're going to take a look at 3 o'clock today. We're up almost 10 grand on our portfolio. On our $41,000 portfolio we put in, we're almost at 50K. Why? Because we were dollar cost averaging. We technically were not dollar cost averaging. We were applying USDC at different moments to different coins when it may not have been the smartest thing, but we did it all the way through the bottom of the market. And at the very bottom of the market, we put the last in. And we said, oh, I think this is it. And it turns out looks like we were right about that. But when you type in, when you say, don't do anything until it hits this number for sure. If it doesn't hit that number, you have screwed those people. It's always better to take a balanced approach. So, all right, what were you saying, TJ? Did you show me something up there?
I don't think so.
Okay. All right, so let's move on. Let's see. NBA All-Star Baron Davis wants to democratize photography with blockchain. Don't call it NFTs. Baron Davis, big guy in crypto. Solana onboards new protocol that will allow users to trade real estate derivatives. Cool. On Solana. What a better platform to put it on than that. Because if all of a sudden the housing market starts crashing, you just pause it. Just pause it, guys. Pause the market. Ethereum devs found critical bug ahead of major upgrade. This is before the Shanghai upgrade. They found on the testnet Zhejiang. The last 4.5 stressful hours of debugging culminated in this amazing bug fix. We got reports that Geth nodes wouldn't sync the Zhejiang devnet correctly. Issue was that if a block body was empty, we wouldn't initialize it correctly. Well, thank you for sharing all that information that absolutely nobody in this chat or nobody watching this video cares about. Just know this. They had a bug and they fixed it.
Right. That's what testnets are for.
Yep. Research reveals largest altcoin holdings by crypto VCs. Let's see what they said. VC wallet hunting, the top 20 crypto funds had 1,200 plus wallets combined, but monitoring them closely present 8 of their largest VCs, their biggest holdings in recent investments. Let's see. The company has a total amount of 3.8 billion, Ethereum 3.25, next Shiba Inu, God. Matic, USDC, Wrap Bitcoin, Chainlink, and Compound. Okay, very interesting. Let's see. Smaller positions include HF. What is HFT?
I don't know. Let me look.
Thoughts on 3L bull coins? I have no idea what those are.
Hashflow is what this says. So there's a few. Hodl Finance, Hashflow. They both have the same ticker.
Weird.
Probably Hashflow.
Swissborg, SNX, Avalanche, Mask, Aave, Lido Finance. Crypto VCs betting big on Lido, ETH, and Matic. Well, no shock. Doesn't that just tell you more of what I've been trying to communicate about these ETH tokenomics? Things on Ethereum are going to blow up, guys.
Yep.
Look, Cardano's going to have its day. It's going to be ETH day for a little bit here. For this bull run, Cardano's not catching Ethereum in this bull run. Ethereum's catching Bitcoin in this bull run. We're going to battle out between Ethereum and Cardano in the next bull run. And very excited to see what happens there. But none of those coins surprise me. People are betting big on. XRP Army, where are you at? Ripple to sponsor a fintech initiative at U.S. Ivy League College. Per the release, the fintech at Cornell initiative is a place for academics, former regulators, industry practitioners, students, and others to debate ideas and to facilitate collaboration. Concepts discussed in this initiative are related to fintech, business, data science, and digital economy. Blah, 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 blah. So there you go. If you want to go to Cornell, get some XRP. There you go. Will Ripple sign Singapore as the next CBDC customer? Hold on. What does that say? Go back up. Joaquin Silva says, Big Ben from the state pen. Are you saying I'm from the state pen, or are you saying you're writing me from the state pen? Because if you're giving me a super chat from prison, bro, I salute you. How many stamps do you have to sell to get that? I used to scream that shooting dice in high school. Oh, Big Ben from the state pen. That was his move when he was shooting dice. My question is, I saw you bamboozled on Filecoin Pump. Is it still a good buy? Not today. I wouldn't buy it today, up 38%. Gonna have to make a change in my portfolio video. I was gonna move some money to Filecoin. Gonna have to hold off on that and move to something else because I'm not gonna move it to something on a 38% pump. Really probably should sell some ICP, to be honest with you. Just diversify a little bit, but I'm not going to. I'm gonna stick with the ICP for now. We're gonna be selling some Algorand, which Algorand people don't get mad at me. We got plenty still. We're just taking some profits and moving into some other stuff. Can't remember the other one, the other big one we're going to be taking profits off. Polygon, taking some profits off some Polygon.
They'll just have to watch the video.
You have to watch the video and see what we're going to do. So there you go. Nice stamp reference. Did you like that? Guys, I almost went to the pen myself, but I didn't. I was pretty close, though. I was doing my research. Knew how valuable them stamps were. All right. Tramp stamps in prison, also worth quite a bit. Already in the second half of last year, Ripple was able to announce the island nation of Palau and the Kingdom of Bhutan as CBDC customers. Obviously, nothing compared to kind of money in Singapore. In addition, the company is pursuing numerous initiatives around the world, including the Digital Pound, where Ripple is involved with the Digital Pound Foundation, which has been in the news repeatedly as of late. In November of last year, it was announced that the Central Bank of Singapore, Monetary Authority of Singapore, was exploring the Ubin Plus wholesale CBDC project for cross-border payments. I've been telling you guys, Ripple XRP, wholesale CBDCs. You'll have retail and wholesale. These are the wholesale ones. For cross-border payments, project will test use of CBDCs for foreign exchange and liquidity management. And was also cautioned that as part of the industry, Ripple needs to be careful chasing every new shiny thing that leads to a diluting business model. He concluded by saying that Ripple's technology can play an important role in the interoperability of CBDCs around the world. It's amazing, isn't it, when they tell you every single thing that I've been telling you as well. When the articles back up all of the stuff I've been telling you about XRP and Ripple, why it's going to be big, it's really nice, and I enjoy that thoroughly. Okay, so that's all we got for that. Quick hits. FD Bankman-Fried could conceivably have bail revoked because he was using a VPN to watch Super Bowl, he says. Sam Bankman-Fried has never watched a minute of a football game in his life. I don't know if you guys know that. He is very traumatized from where he was shoved in lockers and given swirlies and wedgies as a kid by the football players. So he never has watched a football game at all. Okay. Mt. Gox's top creditor goes with early payout option. Okay, well, that's good. We're going to get an early payout. Mr. Labs CEO Evan Chang is seeking to raise $100 million for a Web3 fund. Multi-chain feature Rarible adds new support for Tezos and Polygon NFTs. GMT token airdrop on the way for early step-in holders. Wow, maybe Brian will get some of that. Yeah, so I was on, speaking of NFTs though, checking out, a lot of people are not happy with Blur right now. A lot of people are saying Blur did everything for the money here. And what I'll tell you is, there is an NFT platform coming to rule them all. It is called Vimeo. You guys definitely make sure to go check out Vimeo on social media. Check it out on Twitter. Go here to VOOMIO. There it is. At Vimeo. A new era for NFTs. It is coming. It's your NFT super app. Nothing will be able to touch this, and that is a guarantee. Nothing will be able to touch this. It's not a cash grab. It has different goals than all of these other projects that are just out there to raise money and don't care about the customer. It's going to be another level. NFT users are going to absolutely love it. We cannot wait to see it. So I wonder what those football players would do to SBF now if they were investors. It's a great question. Great question. Well, I can tell you this. If they knew Sam in high school, then they probably did not invest in FTX. To Pluto Alliance, V2 give you free access to the new BitBoy Crypto Market newsletter. Only the V1s do. V2, we've been working, we had the Forge, had some other things with that. You have to go to the Pluto Alliance Discord and ask what the deal is there. Obviously, the V1s are the main focus. That's why we're trying to work other ways to reward the V2 holders. But the V1 holders are do get the newsletter. So, any other questions?
There were some random ones.
I bet he stunk in the classroom. I've never been close enough to sniff him. I would, though. If I was close enough to him, I would sniff him. What percentage of a given algo holding would you take profits on? I think we took about 20%, somewhere around there on average, 20%. So how can ETH pay stakers rewards to verify the network when they burn more coins than they produce? Okay, so here's what you have to understand is there are still new coins being made. And so those are still going to the holders, but the overall supply is going down because there's a certain percentage being burned. It's kind of like our YouTube here. You guys have probably seen we've been stuck at 1.456, 1.45, whatever, million subscribers forever. And you're like, man, how do you not gain a single subscriber? No, we gain about 20,000 subscribers a month and we lose about 19,000 a month or 19,500 a month just because of the way crypto works and attention and people moving to different channels, people losing their accounts, people closing their accounts, things like that. It doesn't mean we're not bringing any new. We got plenty of new eyes on the channel. It's just the total net number of subscribers is not always going up significantly. Hopefully you understand that a little bit.
Yeah, and also it'll change the burn rate's going to change once they get all these roll-ups implemented, and as time goes on, the amount of Ethereum being burned isn't going to be as great as it is right now.
Are you sure about that? Because I actually think it's going to be greater.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Well, but when the network gets
when there's more
usage,
network,
it's going to burn a lot more.
There's going to be a lot more transactions, and that's when sharding and a lot of these ZK rollups and optimistic rollups start kicking in. So it will meet an equilibrium at some point.
Yeah. Okay. Well, we'll see. All right. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you guys so much for watching the channel. Not only today, but this week. You guys make sure to go check out Blockchain Basement. It's going to be live here in about 10 minutes on Twitch. And hey,
it's actually on the YouTube. No, it's not just Twitch.
It's on YouTube live?
Yeah, live on YouTube. Yeah,
oh.
Twitch is there's something. That's all I'll say.
Awesome. All right, guys. Well, that's all we got for today. Thank you so much for watching. That's all I got. Be blessed. BitBoy out.